There is something nobody wants to think about, but everyone who has dogs will eventually have to face. Your dogs might be trying to tell you something right now, and you might not be noticing. What if they were giving you clear signs that they are saying goodbye? Today, I'm going to show you exactly the signs that indicate the moment is approaching so you can understand and be prepared for this difficult time. Number 1. Loss of interest. If your dogs used to get excited when they saw you arrive, rush to fetch toys, and loved going for walks, but now seem indifferent to everything, this can be a worrying sign. Have you noticed that they spend more time isolated? Do they ignore you, the toys, and even the treats? Veterinary studies show that elderly or seriously ill dogs can drastically reduce their engagement with the environment and with the people around them. This happens because their body is saving energy for vital functions. If this is happening, you need to pay attention because it can be one of the first signs that something is not right. Number 2. Lethargy and weakness. Dogs naturally sleep a lot, but when dogs spend more time lying down than usual and have difficulty getting up, it might be a sign they are weak. Have you noticed that they stumble when walking, hesitate to climb stairs, or even seem exhausted after small efforts? This can indicate that their body is failing. Extreme weakness is common in dogs that are at the end of life, as the metabolism slows down, the muscles lose strength, and even keeping the head up can be tiring. Additionally, blood circulation can be affected, leaving their extremities colder and making them stay in the same position for long periods. Number 3. Changes in breathing patterns. Has your dog's breathing changed suddenly? Are they panting without apparent reason? Or maybe you have noticed that they breathe irregularly, with long pauses between one breath and another? These are signs that the body may be starting to fail. Research indicates that altered breathing can be linked to various conditions, such as pain, heart problems, and lung impairment. In some cases, breathing becomes faster and more shallow, while in others, the dogs may seem to be struggling to breathe. If you notice that the tongue or gums become bluish or very pale, that can indicate they are not getting enough oxygen, which can be critical. This may mean they are suffering and need urgent care. Number 4. Decreased appetite. If before they would devour the food as soon as you served it, and now they just smell the bowl without touching the kibble, this can be a strong indication that something is wrong. Lack of appetite can be caused by several factors, including digestive issues, pain, and even organ failure. When dogs are at the end of life, the body gradually starts to shut down, and the need for food decreases. Furthermore, if the dogs are suffering from nausea or having trouble swallowing, they might avoid food even if they are hungry. This can lead to an even worse cycle, because lack of nutrients speeds up the weakness and the overall deterioration of the body. Have you noticed they have not eaten for days? Then this is an important warning. Number 5. Visible weight loss and muscle atrophy. Even if they still eat, you may notice your dogs losing weight quickly. This occurs because as the body ages or the illness progresses, it starts consuming its own muscles for energy. This leads to a thin and bony appearance, with the hips, ribs, and spine becoming much more noticeable to the touch. Muscle atrophy is a sign that the body is no longer managing to support its structure properly. Additionally, dogs in this condition might have trouble standing for long periods, since weakened muscles can no longer offer adequate support. And if this has already started happening, you need to act. Number 6. Loss of bladder and bowel control. If your dogs, who were always trained, have started having accidents in the house and seem unable to hold their pee or poop, this could be a sign that the muscles responsible for these functions are failing. This is common in elderly or very sick dogs because the brain might no longer be sending the correct signals to control the bladder and bowels. Besides involuntary leaks, the dogs might have trouble urinating or defecating, showing discomfort when trying to do their business. In some cases, there may be recurring urinary infections from prolonged contact with moisture and the inability to fully empty the bladder. This symptom can be frustrating both for the caregiver and for the dogs, who can feel confused or even embarrassed. If this is already happening, keep an eye out, because it is one of the clearest signs that their body is reaching its limit. If these tips are helping you, imagine how many caregivers do not know any of this yet. Give a thumbs up on the video so this information can reach more people, and subscribe to always know valuable information about our beloved furry ones. Number 7. Behavioral changes. Have you noticed your dogs acting in an odd way? They might be more distant, restless, or even showing signs of fear for no apparent reason. Dogs at the end of life often display behavioral changes, which can include agitation, confusion, and even mild aggression. This occurs because the dog's brain might not be working the same way, whether because of aging, neurological problems, or the physical discomfort itself. Some dogs seek isolation, while others become more needy, asking for constant contact with the caregiver. Keeping an eye on these changes can help you understand what they need during this delicate moment. Number 8. Decreased mobility. If your dogs used to be active and now struggle to stand up, walk, or even change position, this may indicate that their muscles and joints are no longer responding as before. Also, conditions like arthritis or dysplasia can worsen in old age, making movement painful and restricted. Lack of mobility is not just a sign of aging, but can also show that their body is reaching its limit. Have you seen them hesitating before taking a simple step? Notice that they avoid moving? If that is happening, it means each movement can be extremely painful for them. Number 9. Pain and discomfort. Pain is one of the hardest signs to detect, as dogs tend to hide it as much as possible. But there are subtle ways to see when your dogs are suffering. They might start whining when they move, licking a specific part of the body constantly, avoiding touch, or even becoming more aggressive because they are in discomfort. Studies show that chronic pain can lead to behavioral changes, making dogs less tolerant of stimuli that previously did not bother them. Have you noticed they shy away from contact? That they spend more time lying down and do not want to interact? Then it can be a warning that they are experiencing constant pain and need help as soon as possible. Number 10. Persistent vomiting or diarrhea. If your dogs have started vomiting frequently or having constant diarrhea, this may indicate that their digestive system is no longer functioning well. Have you seen them refusing food while also showing these symptoms? This can be a clear sign that their organs are beginning to fail. Additionally, vomiting or bloody stools can point to a severe internal condition. Dogs that go through this often show signs of malaise, such as lack of appetite, trembling, and a hunched posture. If these symptoms persist, their health may be deteriorating rapidly. Number 11. Change in gum color. Your dog's gums can reveal a lot about their health. Healthy gums generally have a lively pink tone, but when dogs are at the end of life, the color can shift significantly. Have you noticed their gums looking very pale, bluish, or yellowish? If so, it could be a warning that something serious is happening. Veterinarians explain that this change in gum coloration can be one of the final signs that the dog's body is failing. If your dogs have extremely pale or bluish gums and are weak, breathing with difficulty, or no longer responding as before, it can be a strong indication that they are reaching the end of their journey. Now, switching the topic to something brighter, would you know how to tell when your dogs are happy? In this video right here on the screen, I show you 12 signs that your dogs are happy and healthy. Do you know them? Click on the screen and stay with me in the amazing world of dogs.